Ahoy! Welcome to Building the Alpha Dory. I'm Dan, and today we're going to be finishing cleaning up the stem and hopefully get to the feet of those frames. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and enjoy. Alright, so last episode we used our small axe, our hatchet, to clean up to rough cut the stem bevel, and we used a saw to get that bevel in there. As a guide, we used saw cuts as a guide to chop to. So today we're going to, this video we're going to use the draw knife to clean it up, and then we'll get into the hopefully get into working on the frames as well. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, you can see this this draw knife has a slight curvature to the blade, which lets you bring this cut right down to flush. You know, I suppose if you wanted to, you could even make it a tiny bit concave with a blade that shape, but it's really easy to get a nice straight cut with that sort of convex blade, because it allows you to cut right down to the line. And yeah, it does a great job. When I do the plank laps, I actually use a straight draw knife, boat builder's draw knife. But this carpenter's draw knife works great on the stem and the frames. Yeah, so we're getting pretty close. Almost ready to switch over to the hand plane. The important part about shaping this stem is that you don't have any high points. So when you're laying the plank on there and nailing it down, if you've got something that's standing proud, you'll be bending the plank over that bump. It makes the plank more likely to crack along the grain there. Now you don't want low spots either, but low spots are a lot easier to deal with than the high spot. So you know, put a little bit of extra caulking in there or whatever, a little extra paint. But yeah, if you got a high spot, then not a good thing for the longevity of the plank. Don't want to strike the ice with the blade of the drawing, so we'll shift that down a bit. See how this plane is set. A little bit deep, actually. I believe that is from the back of the back side of the stem. I had the blade way down so that I could get into the concavity of the back curvature of the stem. Kind of hear the plane skipping over the high spots at first, and then getting a more constant cut as I get down into the wood. But I'm not really needing to take off a lot of material with the plane. The hatchet and then the draw knife got us, 95% of the way there. I want to put a block behind the stem to keep it from torquing inward. knocking stuff over a bit, but should hold it. Excuse me. Most of the way there. Bit of a knot here. It's not a problem, but a little bit squirrely on the grain. Just using a little angle block plane to get in there. The joining plane will only go so close to the swoop here at the stem. I can only get in so close with it, so using this little plane to just finish it off. And like I say, I'm going to leave this a little bit short of where we think the shear plank is going to come. So that way we can finish off the stem in a certain way. And yeah, you'll see that when we get to that point, but I'm just trying to stop a little bit short of cutting all the way out the stem. Alright, so this is looking good on this side, pretty close. So I think I'll like I said, this whole surface will get trimmed to a final angle when we lay the plank on it. So if you leave a tiny bit to take off, it's not a bad thing. I'm right down to the line most of the way along here, so you know we're in good shape. Yeah, I can flip this over and get started on the other side. Same second verse, same as the first. So you can see it's a fairly good surface at this point. And yeah, do the same to the other side. this will be a great little boat. Should be perfect for the local rivers and bays. Behind Plum Island, Broad Sound. On the Merrimack at Newburyport. Beautiful sailing off of Ipswich as well. And you might even consider launching in Rowley and headed up the Rowley River towards Plum Island. Perfect little boat for poking around in all the marshes and creeks and backwater rivers. And also a pretty decent sea boat as well, as long as you keep your eye on the weather. Don't get rained on. Take it out of Ipswich someday and head up to some of those offshore reefs. Maybe even up to Sandy Bay, breakwater up there. Off of Halibut Point. The sort of boat that the local folk used to sail way back when. Head out to those little offshore rocks and islands and whatnot. Here there's some great ducking off of Rockport and Marblehead, supposedly where they used to use these, another one of William Chamberlain's designs, the famous gunning dory, on those offshore reefs and rocks off of Marblehead. Of course, there's always Straitsmouth Island. Yeah, I had a heck of a time getting between Straitsmouth and Rockport this past September against the tide in Centennial. Ended up being an excellent sail. I was tacking back and forth in the same spot for probably a good 45 minutes. Eventually made it around Thatcher's Island. And it was smooth sailing all the way up to Eastern Point off of Gloucester. I've actually got a video from that day when I'm just about to round Eastern Point, chugging right along. 14 to 18 mile an hour breeze. crispy McChicken sandwich. Lunch, so see if he's coming back on me a bit. Yeah, looking like we're pretty close to being there on the stem. Like I was saying, we want to make sure there aren't any real high spots, which I think we've done pretty well on both sides. And yeah, looking good. Pretty much right down to the line along the front of the stem. There's a tiny bit of meat there. I can just still see the line and maybe a 32nd of wood on either side of it. So that's plenty of extra wood to adjust this bevel when we put the planks on. So yeah. Well, we didn't get to those frame feet this video, so maybe next time. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and joining me in the shop building the Alpha Dory. Best regards, see ya.